This is what I told him. I said, if you're going to build wealth, you got to do three things. And he said, all right, Candace, what are the three things? No matter what's going on, no matter who you are, no matter how much money you make, you're going to have to do these three things. Hey, rich friends. Candace here, your revenue growth strategist, showing you how to grow your revenue without using your labor. And of course, more financial tips. I'm excited to share with you in this video about how the average American can literally build wealth if they do the right things with their money. So I was sitting in a meeting with Tom, who's a nice fictitious name, but we'll use Tom. So I was sitting in a meeting with Tom, and he was really complaining about how he doesn't make enough money and how he doesn't have the means to do the things that I was sharing with him, and just using different strategies with the current amount of money he's making. And he was just complaining. And I was like, you know what? Let me explain it to you like this, Tom. We already know that it's about how much money you're keeping in your pocket, not about how much you're making. We know that. But let's look at this example. I said the average person, the average American making $30,000 a year over the last 10 years has produced about $300,000 in their household. It's ran through their fingers. $300,000. $30,000 a year, make sure you hear me. $30,000 a year over the last 10 years is $300,000 worth of revenue that's been generated. I said the average American, the average person, if I ask them to write me a check for 10% of it, which is $30,000, they tell me no. Then I said, you know what, don't worry about the 10%. Write me a check for 5%, which is about $15,000. Could you do it? He looked at me and he said no. I said, all right, Tom, don't worry about it. Write me a check for 1% of the $300,000 that you produced, because that's only $3,000, Tom. Give it to me. Come on, you got it. Write the check. And he said, no. And I looked at him and I said, that's what's called financial insanity. It's called financial insanity because, Tom, you've made more than $30,000 a year. You've gotten raises over the last 10 years, and there's been more money produced in your household. But the thing is that we're not doing the proper steps to build wealth. We're not doing the proper things today that our future selves will thank us for. The thing is that if you're going to build wealth, Tom, this is what I told him. I'm not talking to you, rich friends. I'm talking to Tom, right? Sure. This is what I told him. I said, if you're going to build wealth, you got to do three things. And he said, all right, Candace, what are the three things? No matter what's going on, no matter who you are, no matter how much money you make, you're going to have to do these three things. The first thing you're going to have to do is you're going to have to lower your taxes. That's the number one expense in your life. Is taxes. You may not feel it because it creeps up on you, and there's tax on everything, so it seems so normalized. But if you don't control your taxes, you lose. You have to lower your taxes. The second thing you have to do, Tom, you have to get out of debt. If you're servicing debt and paying interest and paying more for items that more than what they cost, right? You're paying the penalty to own something in advance that you can't afford. When you're doing those things, Tom, you lose. You have to get out of debt. The credit card debt, the cars, all of those things. You have to pay that stuff off. You got to get out of it, because if you're servicing debt, you're losing. He said, okay, I hear you, Candace. And I said, the last thing you have to do, Tom, you have to invest. He looked at me. He said, well, I don't know how to invest. I said, because you're just now getting with me, so I'm going to say you're not in the right circles. You're not having the same, I want to say the right conversations, right? You should be talking about ways to invest and ways to put your money into things that will make you more money, instead of buying things that look good that have no value. That's what we want to do, Tom. We have to begin to do these three things are going to help you to build wealth. All the other things kind of come and they come and it happens, but you got to do these three things and stop with the financial insanity. It doesn't matter how much money you're making. What matters is how much that you're keeping. I'll say that again. It doesn't matter how much money you're making. It's about what you're keeping. Are you living above your means? Are you spending more than you're saving? Are you saving last on what's left instead of first? Let me say that again. Are you saving last? Because wealthy people, they save first and then they spend. They don't save what's left. Most times people get into the habit of saying, oh, okay, I've paid all my bills, now I can put this money in savings. No, it doesn't work that way. You save first. It's the same as just paying yourself first, because who worked for the money? Don't get me on a rant. I'm just saying. So me and Tom had a real talk conversation that I wanted to share with you, rich friends, because it's something that we all have to think about. Are we actually participating in our own rescue? Are we showing up in the rescue for our lives? Because at the end of the day, we have to do the things right now that our future selves will thank us for. What does that mean? I have to invest right now, because when I turn 50, really I'm trying to be done at 45, you know what I'm saying? But when I turn 50, when I turn 60, if I want to stop working, I should be able to stop when I want to. If I want to continue working, I should work because I want to, not because I have to. We have to look at the statistics. We can't just rely on social insecurity. It's not secure. Those things are happening to us every day. We have to make sure we plan. And this message is just for you. So if you are insecure in your finances, it's okay. We've all been there, done that. Let me tell you a story later. I'll tell you about it. But the thing is, if you're insecure with your finances, if you don't know what steps to take or what to do to help yourself, make sure you click the link in the video. Make sure you get with me so that I can help you start your journey to personal financial success. You can do it. It's amazing, because wealth is easy when you know how. Rich friends, I'll see you all soon. Of course, this is Candace, your revenue growth strategist, showing you how to grow your revenue without using your labor. It's a good time. All right, talk to you soon.